Hi, it's Anne, and I hope you're well and doing okay. I know a lot of people are not. Every day I hear stories that break my heart, and I'm so sad about what I'm hearing. And I'm also hearing hopeful stories, and those are the ones I like to share with you, especially if there's a nugget of wisdom that can be helpful for the challenges that you're facing. So, this is the story of Lucas, who has been feeling increasingly stressed by the world crises we're all facing right now. The coronavirus, the racism, the increasing danger from climate change. Plus, Lucas lives in a place where the government is failing to provide leadership that helps him feel safe, which adds to his sense of stress. Facing his feelings of anxiety, sadness, and hopelessness, Lucas did what so many people do these days. He went on the internet and he found me. Yeah, specifically, he found my 5-day free e-course called Get Bigger Than What's Bugging You. He did the 5 lessons and he wrote one phrase from each lesson on a Post-it note that he put on his mirror. But he wasn't sure if doing those 5 practices had made any difference for him until one day something really dramatic happened. And that's what this story is about. So the way that Lucas works during the lockdown means that he goes to bed quite late and sleeps late as well. And he'd only been asleep for a few hours when his upstairs neighbor started banging on something with a hammer. Lucas woke up really angry. He was so triggered by the loud noise that he felt sure the neighbor was doing it at him. And he thought about getting an egg out of his fridge and throwing it at her window. That's how mad he was. But then he looked at his mirror and he saw the 5 Post-it notes, each one with a phrase from my e-course. The first one said, "Something in me." So, Lucas said to himself, "Something in me feels really angry." And almost magically, in the very next second, his body took a deep breath and he felt a warm relaxing. Wow. And another Post-it note said, "Let a gentle hand go there." So Lucas put his hand on his forehead where he was feeling the anger, and he noticed that he started to feel really sad. He said to himself, "Something in me feels really sad." And again, his breath deepened. He put his hands over his heart. He looked at the Post-it notes again. Another one said, "Say hello to it." Lucas said, "I'm saying hello to my sadness and my anger." And he remembered what I said about not judging your feelings, but just noticing that they're there. Well, the loud noises continued for about 20 more minutes, and for Lucas, that was a really long time. But he stayed calm, and the kinds of thoughts that he had about his neighbor began to change. He thought, well, I'm sure my neighbor has some good reason for why she's doing that. Maybe she hired somebody who could only come that early, or maybe something got broken and she had to fix it right away. In fact, Lucas felt so calm that when the noise stopped, he went back to bed and was able to sleep again. And when he woke up later, he was still calm. It changed his whole day. You know, one thing I really love about this story is the change in Lucas's thoughts about his neighbor. When he was triggered, he took it personally and felt like the neighbor was making the noises in order to hurt him. And after he used my tips to become calm, he found himself taking a compassionate view of what was going on without even trying. Wow, I would so much like to live in a world where more people see each other in this way. So by the way, you can get the same tips for being calm in the midst of stress that helped Lucas so much. There's a link below this video for the free 5-day e-course, Get Bigger Than What's Bugging You. And here's a reminder of the 3 things that Lucas did. 1, he said, something in me about his own feelings, as in, something in me is really angry. 2, he let a gentle hand go to the place where he felt those feelings. 3, he said hello to the feelings of sadness and anger. And then he felt the difference that made. You know, things do trigger us. And when we're stressed already by world events, the last straw is a lot closer. But you aren't a victim of what happens to you. You can shift how you respond. And that's why I love sharing stories like this one. So here's to you, having a more peaceful life